realizing that I'm feeling very demoralized about what happened in my class yesterday morning. This student who is really the one who is the most persistent, although he's gotten at least one other person to like be his bullying friend in the classroom. He is he's really disruptive. So there was like a little bit of it at the beginning of the semester, and then he kind of seemed to stop, and there didn't seem to be much going on. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, it was a few weeks ago, he started again, and there was a class when it was really bad, and then the next week the teacher wasn't there. She said she was sick, and the week after that, I really wasn't feeling all that great, and I also had kind of a rough week, and I also, I mean, it was just I was in addition to just not really feeling all that well, I also didn't. It was not like I felt like going to class was going to make me feel better. So I missed class, and then he's just been worse ever. He's been worse ever since. Like every week he's gotten worse, and it seems like he loves it. It seems like he's just loving having all that power. You know, he disrupts the class. Then the teacher misses the only class that she has missed for the entire semester. Then I miss the only class that I had missed for the entire semester. Then he just gets worse and worse every single week, and he has the total power to disrupt the entire class. And this kind of thing actually has happened in other situations. You know, I mean, there'll be a situation. Not at school. This is the only time it's happened really at school. I really am doing well in all my other classes. There's nobody else who's bullying me consistently the way that this person is, but he's taken over the class. He has absolutely taken over the class, and I am dreading going to class on Friday. This has happened in other situations over the past few years. I mean, just in-person situations. You know, there'll be some type of setting that's a group setting, and there will be a male person who is just totally disruptive and gets away with it for a very long time. Really gets away with outrageous behavior for a really long time. And I truly am dreading going to class. I mean, the last couple of classes, at least half the class, it's been almost impossible to concentrate because he's just so obnoxious, and he just doesn't stop. And I've tried to confront him as politely as I'm able to confront him, by just saying, look, can you stop? I really have enough problems of my own. I don't need this. I don't need you to add to this. And he just laughs and pretends he doesn't know what I'm talking about, and then he keeps doing it. Like from across the room. I sit as far away from him as I possibly can. But from across the room, he is totally audible. And if he thinks he's not loud enough, he just gets louder. And I can't concentrate either because he is like doing this harassment, or it's a few minutes when he's not doing it, and I'm sitting there thinking, what am I going to do about this? What am I going to do? I mean, I have like just put up with it for an hour or two at a time before I'll say anything to him, and then I'll say something like, can you please stop? I'm really just trying to learn the subject in this class. And then he'll just like laugh. He'll laugh in my face, and he'll be like, what, I can't cough? I mean, it is exactly everything that has happened every time this kind of situation has happened before. But this is a class. This is an academic setting. And I'm dreading going to class. I'm truly dreading. He is clearly trying to bully me out of the class. He is so clearly trying to do that. He and this other guy in the class were like high-fiving each other in the hallway when the class was over. I have done absolutely nothing to either of these people. I am doing nothing at all to provoke them. He really is just a bully, and he's clearly trying to make me leave the class, even though all I'm doing in the class is trying to learn the material. That's all I'm trying to do. And I just don't, and there's like, because there's so much denial around this type of issue, and in this setting, I don't really know how to address it, because I did record a lot of it. I recorded it with a digital recorder, and then I recorded some of it with my phone, but I just feel like, I mean, it's got other people's voices, it's got the class, the teaching of the class and things that people are saying, and I feel like I don't want to, I mean, it's to put that online, without the permission of other people in the class, who aren't doing anything wrong, I feel like I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. These are people who are easily identifiable, and I just feel like, and they're not random strangers. It's like I'm going to be in that class with them again. It's not like no one's ever going to see them around me again and not know who they are. And so but I just don't know what to do. I don't want him to be able to, make me leave the class because I get so angry that I know I have to walk out before I say something that I shouldn't. And I don't, but he has with this totally disruptive behavior that contributes absolutely nothing to the class whatsoever, he has taken over the class. He has done that. He almost never contributes anything of value to the class whatsoever. He sits there over there on that side of the room, really almost never says anything unless he is directly asked by the teacher, sits there with this grin on his face and just coughs the entire time, trying to upset me, with no concern whatsoever for the fact that it's a classroom, with no concern whatsoever for the fact that other people are there, trying to concentrate on the subject, with no concern whatsoever for my having said to him, really, really quite politely, considering the situation, could you please just stop? Can we have a truce about this? Could you just stop this? Stop. I mean, he will clear his throat the entire class. This is not like someone who just like coughs because they have to or sneezes because they have to. He is quite obviously and deliberately harassing me. And it's the helplessness that really makes me feel demoralized also. I mean, I had a really, really, really bad day yesterday after this, and it was hard to study, but I had to. And then tonight I was meaning to study, but I was just really upset and depressed like all day. I mean, it's not like I can just jump up screaming, and say, could you stop it? Could you stop it? Because that's exactly what he wants. First of all, I don't want to act that way. Second of all, that's exactly what he wants. He is sitting there enjoying the distress that he's causing to me. He is absolutely doing that and wants something to happen. Wants me to walk out of the classroom, wants me, I don't know, to burst into tears, wants me to, I don't know, what does he think, act like a girl? Stop it! What is it he wants? I am in the classroom so that I can, get something from it. I signed up for it, there's money that's been paid by the government for me to take this class. I would have paid for it if I could have. I would have taken out loans if I had to. I mean, I am there doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I have A's in all of my classes, including this one, and this guy is trying to ruin it for me. He absolutely is doing that with no regard for me whatsoever, with no concern for the fact that it is a classroom. It's a classroom. He could not care less about that. And that really does make me angry. After everything that I have been through, homeless for 2 years, and then a terrible apartment situation for a year before that, and then homeless for 2 years before that, and doing what I need to be doing to be productive, and he's trying to ruin that for me, and he's getting away with it. He is absolutely succeeding. There doesn't seem to. I do not know how to address this problem. I don't.